Welcome to Lifestyle Unplugged with Monica.
And Lauren.
Lauren, I feel like it's been forever, but it hasn't been.
It's just that busy right now that it does feel like forever, but I do have an announcement for everybody.
Mm.
Today is Biscuit's birthday.
Biscuit's birthday? What are we doing? That's the best news I've heard all day today.
My daughter woke up and insisted we had to put the birthday banner up, so we've got the birthday banner up. And
Aw.
then we have leftover from my other dog's birthday, like they're little Oreo cookies made for dogs. So she set one at each spot at the table. She set a candle next to Biscuits for tonight at dinner. She's throwing a whole birthday party
I love her.
for Biscuit.
I love her. She's like, we're going out. This is how
Yeah.
my mom would do it. We're going out.
She's
Like,
like,
this
"This is
is,
Biscuit's my little girl, and I gotta treat her right."
oh, and she's like, my mom's trained me well. We know how to celebrate.
Yes.
I love
It was so
that.
cute too because I told her this morning, or I asked her, I was like, "Oh, are you gonna be a party planner like mom?" She was like, "No, a ski patroller like dad." I was like, "Okay,
All right. I can't
that's good
blame her.
too."
I can't
No.
blame her to be on if you love skiing, to be on the slopes all day long. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
She's cute. She
She's so
wears me
cute.
out, but she's cute.
She is super cute. Well, I just feel like it feels so long. There's just so much going on in our world today.
Mhm.
You
Mm.
know, there's just a lot. And I think that's why one, like a couple days feels like a week or 2 weeks.
Yes. I mean, we are all just carrying such heavy mental loads right now because
Mm-hmm.
society, work, families, it's a lot right now.
It is. And
I mean, always, but right now.
no, right now. But I think what is important is that what we're doing is calling it out. Like, this is what's going on. We're
Mhm.
feeling it. So if we're feeling it, our
Yep.
residents are feeling it. And when we feel this way, when we feel like there isn't a way to kind of find a way to kind of pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
It kind of puts you in a tailspin, and it kind of makes you have a shorter fuse, and just not be maybe as friendly as you used to be. And I think that's what brings us to our topic today, Lauren.
Difficult personalities.
Yeah, difficult personalities with difficult residents. So I think so many, I want to say everyone in
Mhm.
management can talk about having to deal with difficult residents. And I think
Mhm.
there's always that one that stands above and beyond all of them. Like,
Mhm.
but there's always a few in every community. Depending on the
For
size of
sure.
your community, you might have even more. Like, they're the 10 percenters, right? Like
Mhm.
90% are happy and 10% no matter what.
Right.
But I actually had got a call yesterday from a former lifestyle director of mine that I worked with in the past, and she's like, "I need help."
Mhm.
I'm like, "What's going on?" She's like, and she's at a 55 and older community, and she's like, "I have this, you know, a great, leader who wants to really, resident leader that just wants to take the lead and help in communicating and getting feedback from residents on events and different things like that. But then I have one that she's not right. And she could have a mental issue. And I don't say that really truly we deal with everybody. And
Mhm.
so, and, you know, mental health issues are a huge issue right
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
And then you add all this crap that, we were kind of alluding to earlier. Like,
Mhm.
that's not going to help you feel better.
You're right.
None of
Everyone's
it.
reaching a breaking point.
Yeah. And so, how do lifestyle directors deal with it? How is she supposed to deal with that? Just like kind of a quick thing, because this is like really makes me mad as someone who has worked, in leadership positions within HOA management companies, someone who has consulted for management companies. My biggest pet peeve is putting the lifestyle director on an island
Mhm.
by themselves with no appropriate resources.
Mhm.
Meaning, she should be able to go to her manager,
Mhm.
and she did go to her manager, but her manager's like, "I have no clue. I don't know what to do. Here, tell her this." Told her that. That didn't help. That made the person even more mad, right?
Mhm.
And now she's like, "Well, what else do I do? Like, who else do I go to?" And really what needed to happen is that manager should have called that resident in and had to sit down with them to say, "Listen, these meetings are so we can hear everyone, so we can make sure that our programming, as well as all of our surveys that we do, that we're hearing exactly what you guys want
Mhm.
and we're delivering. But if you're gonna speak to my lifestyle director this way, you can no longer participate in that. You can no
Mhm.
longer call her. You have to take it all through me because I will not tolerate that." There has
Right.
to be a line, and lifestyle directors have to have someone that's willing to do that for them.
Mhm.
And okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna turn it over to you because I feel myself getting really, really
Yeah.
mad about this. Hmm. Lauren, your thoughts?
I think yes. I just feel so fortunate, first of all, because I do have Anne Marie who does step in, right? We can do the good cop, bad cop. But I think also it helps with the residents being like, look, lifestyle directors are not, we're not here to fight you. We're literally here to make your life better.
Yes.
Kind of really setting that tone and expectation for them. But I can't be the one to be like, you're supposed to love me. You've got to have someone else come in and say that. So
Yeah.
I think Amanda, who you guys met last week,
Mhm.
I'm able to do that for her just because I'm not sitting in there, or Anne Marie. We just have, so maybe it's not your manager if you can't get your manager, but finding someone who can come in and be like, whoa, 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 she's your friend or he's your friend. I don't know.
I agree.
And I think personalities can be difficult in different ways. I'm dealing with a different kind of difficult
Okay,
personally.
let's hear your.
Too much of a helper
Oh.
and very passionate, very excited. And I don't want to like take away her love for what we're doing here. But she is an executive director at her job and then wants to come be the executive director in the community. And it's, how do we navigate those conversations? Like, you're not here to work. I want to hear your ideas,
Mhm.
but you're supposed to relax and then have fun. So I think there's just constantly this dance that we're doing. Like, this person's mad, so I need to pull out this dance, and this person's too excited. So what do I do here? Or this person's too introverted. There's just so many different levels of personalities that we are dealing with every single day that, first of all, give yourself credit. Like, because you guys are doing something awesome, right? Like, that is not
Seriously.
an easy job and not any, like, not everybody can do that.
No. And yeah,
Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say that is so true, and that's something that's why you and I started this podcast, right? Because we wanted to
Exactly.
provide resources for lifestyle directors who are freaking amazing, and they are the drivers in their communities, or their heart in their
Hmm.
communities. And when I say drivers, they're driving sales, they're driving
Hmm.
community, like not literally driving the community, but they're creating that community. Sometimes
Right.
they're driving the community, um, but never in a compliance way, please. If I hear about that, no, no, no,
No,
no.
no, no.
But they are really, the heart, and you need to keep the heart healthy. You need to keep the
Hmm.
heart happy because you don't need the heart to have a heart attack, right?
Right. And I think one thing that, that I was talking to Monica about before we hopped on here is how can we as lifestyle directors keep our lifestyle vision going in one direction, right? We're going this way, but you've got all these offshoots. So like how are we taking those and going, come along with us. We're going this way. I don't have the answer. I'm just putting it out there for discussion of, that is what we're trying to do every day. And what's the best way, Monica, do you think to navigate that? Like, I think I know her answer. Let me answer
What?
for Monica. Processes.
Well, whatever you do needs to have processes, right?
Right.
They need
Yeah.
to have guardrails because if you try to do anything without structure,
Mhm.
it will come back and backfire on you. And I say
You
that
did.
because we're lifestyle people, right? Like, we just like to kinda go out and do things, but we also are planners. And I
Oh,
think
yeah.
a lot of times we fail to plan, so, like, we give our people too much credit. Our residents too,
Mhm.
"Oh, that would never happen. That would
Right.
never happen."
And then
But
it
it
does.
but then it's a but it's just like 2 people who are in love, and they get married, and we'll never get divorced. We would never be nasty in a divorce, right? But
Mm.
things happen. And like, you just don't know how the other person's gonna react during a
Mhm.
situation when they get stressed and they get feeling like they're
Mhm.
pushed against a wall. Same idea with our residents, like, we want to create a place that they love to go, and we have residents, there's gonna be that silent majority that just they don't care, right? They just wanna
Right.
come in and enjoy, pay their dues, go to your amazing events, but they wanna make sure, but you are keeping them the silent majority because you're communicating to them. You're doing everything that you need to do. But
Mhm.
then there's the people like you have, and,
Mhm.
like a lot of our communities have, that want more of a voice, right?
Mhm.
They feel like their expertise can come in and take care of things, and so it's hearing them out,
Mhm.
and it's
Yep.
whether it's a one-on-one meeting with them, like, "Hey, let me hear all your ideas. I can't promise we can do them all this year, but let's
Mhm.
see how we can kinda sprinkle some of them in, or this one would be a hard one for us to do, and this is why," right? And you give the reasoning why. Um,
Mhm.
or, "I don't have the expertise in this, do you?" And they're like, "No," or "Yes," right?
I
Whatever it
love when they
is,
do.
right? But then you say, "Great, can you lead that for me?"
Mhm.
Sometimes that's when you get people to go, I can't do that. I don't have the time." And sometimes
Right.
they're like, "Yeah, well, great. This is your project." I had someone, he wasn't a pain, but I think it's a really good example. I had an annual meeting, and I told everyone at this annual meeting when I was a lifestyle director, "I wanna hear your ideas. I wanna hear your feedback." And a gentleman approached me, and he's like, "I wanna do a car show." I'm like, "That's awesome. I don't even know where to begin on that one." And I was like, "Would you be willing to assist me, and would you be willing to kinda take the lead on that?" He was so excited. He was like, "Yeah." He went and reached out to every car, club around. It ended up being such a cool relationship because I
Mhm.
I gave him the ability to really kinda take it, and I was able to guide him.
Right.
There are certain people I had to talk to because of my authority in that position.
Mhm.
We this was back in, like, 2008 when the market was horrible,
Mm.
horrible, and so houses were not selling, and this was a community that was like, out kind of in the boondocks,
Mhm.
and and it had a little shopping strip that was preparing to have a lot more residents in there, but it didn't. And so
Right.
what my part was talking to the owners of the of the shopping area
You're
to
right.
say, "Hey, can we use your parking lot for a car show? Here's a
Mhm.
win-win. We're going to drive people to your shops,
Uh-huh.
and we're going to have this amazing event that our
Uh-huh.
residents can take part in, and people from all over the area will come to." So there are opportunities when you find those little nuggets that people give you and they're like, "Great, can you take the lead?" And maybe you have to do a couple things to, push it
Right. Let them
along.
take the lead with the guardrails.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
And then it makes your life easier. So and that's what I'm trying to do with this resident. Like, "Here, you do this." But yeah,
Because
I don't know.
at the end of the day, they just want to be helpful. As long
Mhm.
as she's treating you respectfully.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I say that because not all of them
They
do.
don't always. No. I have in one of Amanda's communities, are 55 and up. Yes, so she's got an event committee where she's got 2 of those strong personalities on the committee together, and they don't like each other. So, that's always been I always go with her to those because they're always pitted against each other, right? And Amanda's like, "We can do both," but then they're fighting against each other. "Well, I'm not gonna do it if she's involved?" So,
Yep.
how like, how do you navigate that?
You know,
For us, I just go with her, and I'm just like I try to lower the heat of the conversation.
That is a very common thing in, like, committee
Mm,
meetings, and myself in it probably wouldn't say this, but now that I have been around it and been outside of it for so long, I think what I would do is to have a meeting with both of them and say, "The reason we're here is for the community. And
mhm,
we want you guys to be happy too. But what we see is that there's arguing going back and forth between the two of you, and it's really taken away from the sum of everything else. So,
mhm,
what can we do here? How can I assist this to
mhm,
help you guys get over or get past,
mhm.
whatever it may be? Obviously, you want to choose the right words when you talk to them about it. I'm just kind of talking off the top of my head,
Right,
but
right, right.
I I think it is. I honestly, I don't think a lot of times they even realize it,
Mhm,
and no one wants to address it because it's tense. And now
mm,
I had a social committee that there were a couple really, really outspoken ones, and one that she would flip out if they wanted to do something she didn't want to. But here's what I was able to do. I had guidelines. I had rules like if you're going to be in my social committee, this is how we conduct ourselves.
yeah,
If you fail to conduct yourself in this way, and you're taking away from our group here and from constructive time together, then you can't be a part of this. You signed this
mhm,
document saying that you would abide by these rules. And
right.
if you can't abide by those rules, you can't come to the meetings anymore.
See, I told you guys her answer was gonna be processes.
But
She's
you
so
have to have
good.
but you have to have the processes before it becomes an issue. Like,
Yes.
I can't stress that enough. You put the processes in after everything in the middle of it, and they're gonna go, "I never agreed to that." Or
Mhm,
whatever. I mean, not saying that you can't, like, kinda make it work, but you're gonna make more enemies than not if you put
mhm,
process in after the fact, and that's why I'm saying everything that we do,
mhm,
our events, we think out our events every freaking detail. We think about, what we have to do going up to the event, like all the stuff we have to order. We have to think about how residents are going to get the information, how residents are going to approach the event, and how easy is it going to be for them to get in and get out? Do we need
mhm,
registration? Do we not? Do we need them to buy food all this stuff? We think of
mhm,
every flippin' thing. So
mhm.
why are we not doing that when we have to interact in these group settings? It's the same kind of idea.
So, let's assume our listeners have these committees and they have not set these up. And, you're saying that people are gonna resist it. How can we guide them to, like, okay, you're in it, you already have your committee, you already have these difficult conversation people. How what can they do now to
That's a great question.
get it back on track?
There's a couple different things you can do. So, if you're in a committee now and everything's kumbaya and everyone's happy, this is a great time to say,
Mm,
take it to the board, let the board know that this is what you'd like to implement so you have the board to support you. And then you
mhm,
can go in and say, in conversations with the board, we have had other communities within our company has some committees that just aren't very nice to each other. We want to make sure that this continues to be a great place for everyone, that you guys all enjoy coming here and sharing time and giving your time because they're all giving
uh-huh,
their time. And so this is what, we've put forth to make sure that we all just act appropriately. And it's kind of like your rules of engagement. And then if a member doesn't, then this is when we can point to it and say, "Hey, that's not okay. You can't sit there and call the resident across the table names. That's not productive for any of us."
right,
And so then you can get them to say, "Hey, let's do this. Let's go ahead
mhm,
and sign this and go forward with it."
mhm,
If you already have a situation, I still think you have the board um same kind of support. And honestly, it is kind of the same kind of idea of saying, listen, we didn't think that these rules were going to be necessary, but
yeah,
we're seeing that our meetings aren't as constructive,
mhm.
as positive as lifestyle should be. And so, it's the same kind of idea.
What I'm just trying to think this through, like, if I were in this situation, sometimes it's easier to have They told me I have to implement this.
Yes, that's
So, what if you have an event committee, you have an issue, whatever, and you just say, "Hey guys, it's um
a new procedure, new
a
process
new
for the board.
procedure," and you talk about it in your meeting. It's just a topic like, "Hey, this isn't because of anybody or anything. The board just let us know that we need to implement some more formal processes with our committees and our clubs and whatever. So this is what we're going to be implementing on this date. We need to all have a signature, blah blah blah." So cuz then that way I don't feel like you're calling them out saying, "You all are being naughty." But you can still kind of say when they read it, or you can go through it together, like, these will be our things, so
Agreed. And I think that's definitely the way to go about it. What I mention is most of the time when these committees go
mhm,
rogue, they all know.
yeah,
They all know. They're going to ask you, well, why all of a sudden are they presenting this? Well, I don't know. No, you know what I'm saying? Like
because of you.
they know. Like maybe you have 9 and like seven of them are like, "Oh yeah, thank God we have this." And the 2
Mhm,
that yell and are just bullies, they're like, "Ah." Well, if you don't want to sign it, sorry.
bye.
You can't be on the committee then. Like
Right,
we are here to be respectful to everyone.
mhm,
Because everyone's giving their time, not just you, bully.
right,
Everyone's giving their time and no one wants to come and be a part of this group if they're going to feel like they're going to get yelled at whenever they share their ideas. This is
mhm,
an idea share here. This is
right,
not where you rule the roost. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't say all of that to them, but you know what I'm saying? That's
mhm,
kind of the thing that these residents are also looking to you as the committee lead
mhm, mhm,
to help them with that, not to
yep,
sit back and go, man, this sucks.
and you might have those 2 people mad at you, but the other 7 are gonna just respect you even more, so
Oh yeah.
I would call that a big win. You cut the
Yeah,
riffraff out.
I had you just I kinda tricked there was something that I had to present from the board. I think this was when I had first started, right?
Mhm,
And I think the community residents wanted something, and I was there to tell them that it wasn't going to happen,
mhm,
right? I'm like, "I'm sorry, the board has made their decision." It was a developer board, has made their decision, and they have
mhm,
decided, not to go this way. Holy moly. I had so many people yelling at me. And I just had to stay there calmly and just continue to repeat what I just said. I hear you. I can take that back to the board, but this is their final decision. Whatever. And I just had to go through it. Can I tell you? I thought it was like the worst meeting ever. I was like, "Oh
mhm,
my god, it was horrible." Everyone but that handful that was screaming at me came up to
mhm,
me and they're like, "You're great. You're grace under fire. That's who you are." And the way you handled this meeting was just amazing.
yeah,
And I don't say that to be like, "Yeah, good job, Monica," because honestly,
right,
I
no,
didn't feel like it was a good job in the moment, and that's what I'm trying to say. At the moment, I thought I was failing big time, but
mhm,
what the residents saw was, like, I was taking a leadership position, I was sticking to my grounds, I was being
mhm.
respectful and answering those questions, and also being able to keep the meeting kinda going, like, "Okay, I hear you. Okay." Um, so I think
And
that's
I
really
see that all
important.
the time too. I agree, after because we do a monthly Q&A in our 55 and up because
Mhm.
more communication is better with those guys.
Mhm.
And a lot of times they come in hot and heavy about their landscaping. How many lifestyle directors out there are answering landscaping questions? We're like, guys, we would love to trim your flowers for you, but that is just not what we do. Okay. But every time they come up to me and they're like, Amanda's so good, or Anne Marie, while there are a few people that are really upset, the respect for them just continues to grow. And I love to see that. I was just going to say, what is the most random request you've had from a resident? Like, well, you can't do that for me? I'll
Oh my
start.
gosh. Yeah, please start because there's been a lot. I just gotta think of which one it is.
I had a gal, so in Idaho, you get the dust storms, right?
Mhm.
So we were in the middle of a dust storm and then it rained. So it captured the dust and everything was just white, right? Like, cause it just like splattered dusty rain on your house and the windows were filthy. You can't see out your windows. And she calls me and she's like, I need you to come wash my windows.
What?
I was like, "I don't do that, but I can try to find somebody who will." She was so mad at me. She's like, "Well, why did I move here? Who's gonna wash my wi" It was the most absurd thing. It was but, I mean, you have to laugh, but anyway, that was totally off topic, and I loved it.
I no, but it's so true, and I there are different personalities that
Mhm.
we can go through and talk about, like,
Oh, yeah.
what their labels are and, like, how should you deal with them, but, I've had some really crazy ones, and some of them were lifestyle and some of as a manager because it's kind of
Uh-huh.
intermixed, but I had one lady who was she wanted stop signs put in her community.
Mhm.
Now, these are city streets. I
Mhm.
have no control over city streets. I can help you create get your residents to sign a petition by letting them know, like, hey, you're out there and if you're interested in signing it, go and see so and so.
Mhm.
And I can send emails to them just to let them know, but I can't force anyone to sign those
Right.
and I can't force the city to put up stop signs.
Mhm.
This lady got so freaking mad at me. She called my company
Oh,
and
no.
told them how horrible I was, that I was not concerned about the safety of her community because I would refuse to put stop signs on city streets. She
Monica's
called
out there with a paddle. Stop.
well, there were, like, too many places too, and then she was upset because so she was so upset she called our city rep or our state representative.
And complained
This
about you?
complained about
About the stuff.
this and then
Mhm.
also, how I wasn't helping her, and so the state representative called me, and he's like, "So I got this, call from one of your residents, and, can you give me a backstory? Can you tell me a little bit more about this?" I'm like, "Happily. Let me tell you
I love
everything
it.
that we have done to satisfy her." She then doesn't stop there and goes to the news,
Oh,
the
no.
local news, and about how the city is not providing stop signs to keep her kids safe. Now, her son had, I think, autism, and so
Mm,
she was really worried about cars not stopping at kind of every section. And so for her, it was very real for her. It was a very
mhm.
emotional, like, I need you to do this because it's my son's life. That's how
Right,
it was a
right.
life and death situation to her. And so while I understood and feel for her, there's only so much stuff that we can do, whether it's because of government, like that's not our part, or whether
Right,
because we aren't window cleaners. Like we have other things that we have to do.
right.
But I will tell you, that was one of the most challenging times because
Mhm,
I'm a people pleaser. I like to make
mhm,
sure people are happy. I think a lot of lifestyle directors,
mhm.
we aim to please our
I mean, that's
residents.
what we're doing, right? We're trying to make
Yes.
people happy.
Yes. And so, the fact that everything I had done for her that I didn't have to do, all
Mhm.
these hoops that you jumped through, and she still wasn't happy. It was
I
crazy.
think a good takeaway here for the window cleaning and the stop signs and things. We've said this before, and I'm probably gonna say it a million more times. Don't take it personally.
Oh,
It
yeah.
I am not doing anything wrong in my life because I did not go clean this lady's windows. Monica's not doing anything wrong because she didn't go plant some stop signs. You can't carry it with you, and that's easier said than done. When you can laugh about it, when you can't just try to come to terms with it and keep going because you've probably got 10 more personalities waiting for you at your door.
That's really important. Especially when we're kind of green in lifestyle, it feels personal because we haven't had enough experience in it.
Oh my gosh, can we talk about that? My first community, I cried so much. They didn't like it or I mean, yes, you take it so personally because it's your baby and you care and that's what makes you good at your job. So, with time you will eventually figure out this balance of like I still care, but I'm also going to put a little bit of a buffer between your feelings and my soul because I
Yes.
have to live my life.
But I think you nailed it too. That first community,
Mhm.
a lot of times, not only is it your first community, but it may be your first time working for that company that put you
Mhm.
there. And
Yeah.
so you feel like you have to, hit the ball out of the park every single time, and which you
Mhm.
probably do. But
Mhm.
when someone comes against you, you feel like they're throwing that ball back at you, and you're like, "Wait a second. Like, I can't let this happen. I can't let my company to think that I'm not a good person or that I didn't try
Mhm.
to help this person." But your company sees you.
Mhm.
They understand you. They understand why this, you know what I'm saying? Like, they
They've
have
been there.
they've been
They've
there.
done this before, and a good company will tell you, like, "Hey, you're okay. Just keep
Yes.
doing what you're doing." It's personalities.
Yep. That's exactly it. And that's, I have to say, when I worked for CCMC, they were always there for me.
I love a
I
good company.
I mean, during that whole situation, when the news
The
actually
stop
came
signs.
out, yeah, they were like, "Monica, we got this. Don't worry about it." All the VP came up. I think some of the executives came up. They're like, "We got this. Don't worry about it." Right? And then what was great is the state representative, because, the news always wants to talk to him. He says, "I refuse to do an interview without listening to her side of the story first, because I will not let you put false things on the
Mhm.
news."
Yeah.
So he was
Good
able to
for
use
him.
his leverage.
Um.
And so it was something that I can look back on, and there's so many lessons within that. Like,
Mhm.
stand up for your people. If you are employing lifestyle directors, managers, whoever, stand up with them. You train them to do a good job. And if they
Mhm.
have shown you consistently that they are a good person and that
Mhm.
their intentions are great and that they have good sound judgment, don't abandon them the first time it happens. And I will tell you, majority companies will not. And so for lifestyle directors, you shouldn't have to worry about that at all.
I will say too, if you are on the company side and you don't stand up for your person, one, that community is gonna eat them alive, and then they'll be gone. Two, it doesn't matter who you bring in after that, they're not going to trust that person. They're gonna be like, "I can get this one out of here too." So, even if you don't agree, have their back to the community's face and have those conversations internally, and then yeah, you need to be a united front in front of the people, otherwise they are going to destroy you. You're clicking that thing.
Oh my, okay, I got a story about this.
If you all
Sidebar.
have been hearing clicking, that's Monica playing with a clip.
Hopefully, I will get rid of it. I gotta tell you a funny story. So yesterday, I was talking to this lifestyle director, right?
Mhm.
And I was sitting at I actually, no. Fast forward. Yeah, I was talking to a different lifestyle director, not the one that had the issue. But
Monica's busy.
sorry, I was training this lifestyle director, and we're doing a Zoom, right? And I always have to fiddle. I have
Mhm.
something in my hands. Well, wouldn't you know it, that I chose to have a permanent marker in my hand. And not only did I have a permanent marker in my hand, I had it uncapped and in my hand. And so as I have my hands down to write and I'm just fiddling with my pen, I'm writing all over my clothes. And I have no idea this is happening. And
I
then
love Monica.
I get off the phone or get off my call and I'm talking to my good friend Deborah, who
It
is
looks
just
like a
amazing.
toddler just attacked you
I
with
will put the
markers.
picture in here. Will put it in. I'm talking to Deborah Wyatt, and I'm like, and I just happen to look down. I'm like, oh my God. And Deborah's like, what? I'm like, I'm sending you a picture. I can't describe this any better than the picture.
Oh, that's
Literally,
amazing.
I had this white top that I mean,
Of course it
really,
was white.
yeah, in all honesty, I really didn't care about that white top. Though it was cute,
Mhm.
it had some issues with it that was only on camera ready. So if I
Yeah.
lost it, okay. But my pants, I was not happy because I really liked those pants. And I tell you, I tried to
Uh,
get that out, did not come
not
out.
not happening. Have
Mm-mm.
you tried there's this product, is it called Grandma's Spot or Grandma's Secret Spot Remover?
No, I'm writing
It's
this
a little
down with a
it's a little bottle.
non-permanent pen. Hold on. Let me find a non-permanent pen.
It's called Grandma's Secret. You can get it on Amazon or some of your local stores have it. It literally will get anything out.
You know,
Put it to the test, Monica.
you better believe it. If I don't, shoot, so I
Like,
hit the
let it
microphone.
sit and soak and
I
yeah.
will try it. And I will tell you, you know, volunteering with uniforms with the band,
Mm, mhm,
we have tried every like stain trick and all that kind of stuff.
mhm,
I probably could have, like, I was more rational when it came to the shirt because I didn't care about the shirt as much. So I
mhm.
went to attack my pants like right away. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like trying to, and I didn't react calmly. I just started throwing shout on it. And then I go back.
There was no plan of attack.
There was no plan of attack on this. And this is a good reason why you need to have a plan of attack. Because then if I had just slowed down and Googled
Mhm,
it, it would have told me, which it did, rubbing alcohol
mm,
with a
mhm,
cotton swab can usually
mhm.
get it out. And if that doesn't work, right? It gives you all these ideas. It worked on that white shirt I could care less about.
Of
It
course.
didn't work on my pants that I loved. Anyhow,
Sad.
total sidebar, but yeah, that.
She was just clicking away there, and I was like, We're gonna have to stop that." I have done what you're talking about with a pen before and drawn all over my face.
Uh, what?
'Cause, like, I was like, I don't know if I don't know what I was doing, but I had pen marks all over my face and my neck, and I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
"Cool." Luckily, I was just working from home, and it was by myself, but I was thinking hard and just, like, all over my face.
I tell you, we just get so into it and we don't even know what these are doing. Like,
No.
remember when we first started the podcast? I talked with my hands so much I would hit the microphone.
Oh, yeah, she was, like, beating up the
I
microphone. I
was
was like,
like,
"Monica, you gotta
yeah,
stop."
yeah. And she's like,
The train is off the track here. We are off the rails, guys. I
uh,
think I think
I,
on that note, can we just talk about how much fun we've had for this entire season of
uh,
Lifestyle Unplugged?
I've loved every part of it.
Yes.
It's
I
been
mean,
a
I would
lot of
have to
fun.
say my highlight is SeaWorld with Monica
Ugh, I mean, definitely.
before she hurt herself. She did not hurt herself at SeaWorld. There are people blaming SeaWorld and the world's tallest roller coaster. I don't know if it's world's tallest, but Florida's
No,
tallest roller
yeah,
coaster, but
Orlando's, yeah. Yeah, my family and my
mhm,
friends are like,
mhm.
wait, let's go back. Wait, what did you do on Monday?
No,
I went
no, it was
to
the marble table.
SeaWorld. And they're like, mm-hmm. And you were doing what? As I riding really scary roller coasters. And my back did hurt on the top, but not the back, not the
Yeah, no,
lower part.
no, it was
And they're
totally
like,
different.
mm-hmm. And you think the marble table had everything to do with that? I'm like,
It was
mm-hmm.
heavy.
It was
It was
heavy.
a really heavy table, you guys. Like,
Not.
I went to move it at first, and I was like, "Oh, that's marble. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we went with solid marble here, guys."
And she warned me.
I
She's like,
did.
Monica, that
That's a heavy
table's heavy.
table. And
Got it.
then 2 seconds later, she's bent over, just shuffling over to the couch.
I am not 20 anymore. My brain thinks I am, right? Like that I
Yeah.
just can do it all and I just can't do it. But yeah, I have loved SeaWorld. I have loved hearing from all of our listeners, especially
Mhm.
lifestyle directors, how much these episodes have helped them.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, when you tell me you're listening, I'm like, "Really? Someone's listening?" But I mean, it makes me so happy because I can just probably see you guys laughing and nodding your head like, "Oh, yeah, they get it." And so that's what makes me happy.
Yes. And yeah, I'm just so grateful that we have this platform to be able
Mhm.
to use, and we've learned so much about podcasting,
So much. I'm
you
just gonna add
know,
that to my resume.
seriously. And but you know what it kind of brought me to, and I don't want to go on a tangent, and maybe we can talk about this next season on how great would it be to do a podcast for your community once,
You
like,
know, I have thought about that.
and what I mean by that is talking about
Mhm,
the upcoming events, everything that's
mhm.
going to happen. If you have a special vendor that's going to be there, bring them on.
Highlight your residents.
Well, all of this, right? Like,
They wanna be superstars. Like, "Mom, I'm gonna be on the podcast this week and talk about this award I won at school," or something. Like, how cool.
exactly, that's what I'm saying, like, there's so much content that you can
Mhm,
have, and I think it just are there's some people who love to watch and some people who
mhm,
love to listen.
mhm,
And think about, like, if you had one that just, like, at the very beginning, you kinda opened up, like, "Here are upcoming events, and
mhm,
we're gonna dive into this, and we're gonna dive into our resident of the week," whatever it may be, right? But
mhm.
the resident only has to listen to the beginning and go, "Okay, those are the upcoming events.
Yep.
Check. I got that off my" like, I didn't have to read the
Mhm,
email.
mhm.
Got it. I don't know,
You
I
can
just think
almost do it like, I wonder, can you do podcasts where it streams through social media or where you
mhm,
can, like, post it
yep,
and then it's, like, your reel or story?
yeah.
Monica, let me just add that to my to-do list.
I mean,
That
I
sounds
just
like fun.
I just think it'd be a lot of fun. It gives
Mhm,
residents the opportunity to get to know you and
mhm,
see you,
mhm.
see how excited you get about them and the events
Yeah,
you do for them.
and then you could hire your little IT high schooler who needs some practice to do the editing, and then
Ugh,
they have ownership in it.
love it.
This is going places already.
Okay, so this is kind of funny. I'm gonna kind of go back off this, but you said something made me laugh. So Lauren and I talking about hiring a high schooler. We try to hire my high schooler to edit
Oh,
our
yeah.
podcast.
That was a hard no. She's like, "I listen to her talk all the time. I don't wanna listen to it more."
She's like, "No,
I was like, "Oh,
not at all." I'm like,
alright."
"We
When
would
I was
pay."
in high school, I'd be like, "Yes, money," but
I
she was
know.
like, "You can't
She's
pay
like,
me to listen to my mom."
"No." She's like, "There's only so much." No, I have to be entertained, and if it doesn't entertain me, I'm not doing it.
That yeah, that was it was cute.
It was really cute. I can't wait for her to get a real job and her go,
You
"This
shoulda
is not."
listened to my mom
I know, I should
in
listen to my
more than one
mom.
way.
But, I mean, it's been really great. It's been great to get to
Mhm.
know your family. The
Yeah,
fact that
yours too.
our podcast has brought you and I together,
Mhm.
has just been amazing, and I am so grateful for that. So I look forward to next season.
Yeah.
So let's kinda talk
I mean,
about
I
that.
guess as our listeners are listening, as you can tell, we're kinda wrapping up a season here. Monica and I are gonna take a little bit of a break, not a long break, but just some time to, for me personally, launch a farmer's market and an amphitheater, but then we'll be back with stories, I'm sure.
I'm sure they'll be great. And we'll have a great lineup, but we just need
Yeah,
some
we're already
time.
working on speakers.
Yep.
If
Yes,
you
and
have somebody you wanna hear from, let us know, and we'll see if we can't get them on the calendar for our
definitely.
next season.
No matter who it is.
Yeah. It could
I
be
mean,
your maintenance guy. I mean, we wanna talk to everybody.
yep. I mean, it could be you. It could
Mhm,
be maybe some person that you heard speak that you thought was
mhm,
really inspiring.
mhm.
So, we can't guarantee it, but we'll try.
Or even a resident that just gets it, that would be cool.
I honestly you kind of I was kinda thinking when I was talking about my volunteer group,
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm still in touch with one of the volunteers, my first volunteer in my committee over 19 or 20 years ago.
Wow.
She just donated to my daughter's band.
Aw.
Like, her and I and then so I'm like, I would love to have her on.
Yeah.
And let's talk about, how she kind of how being on that committee,
Mhm.
was fun for her, the challenges, and because I think we can get some good insight.
Which reminds me, Brooke from Florida, remember when we had her on? I'm gonna be in Florida in a few weeks, so I need to connect with you so I can come sit by your pool and drink margaritas. Is that what we were gonna do? Or is it just a tour? I can't
Or
remember.
or maybe it's just you. Maybe you will be sitting while she's, like, working
She's like,
because
"Lauren, I'm working,"
yeah, this
but
is where I work. Yeah,
no. I would love to get out there, and we got to see some of you guys in Orlando, and yeah, it's fun meeting everybody.
it is. It's definitely fun. Well, think it's time for us to wrap up
Yeah, that's a wrap for this season, but we'll be back. Thanks for hanging out with us for the last how many months has it been? Since
since
August.
August.
So, sometime we'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. All right, guys. Well, good luck with your spring. It's spring break season, so hopefully you guys have some fun things planned. You're taking time for you, and when we get back, we can't wait to hear from all of you.